Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. When you think of Switzerland, what comes to mind? Is it stunning alpine landscapes, delicious chocolate, or maybe those super precise watches? For many, it's something else entirely. Impenetrable bank vaults, secret numbered accounts, and a reputation as the world's private banker. But have you ever wondered how this small, landlocked nation became the Fort Knox for global wealth? The story is a fascinating mix of history, neutrality, and some very clever laws. So, grab your popcorn, because today we're cracking open the vault on the history of Swiss banking. Let's rewind the clock a bit. The seeds of Switzerland's banking dominance weren't sown with gold bars, but with religious turmoil. Back in the 17th and 18th centuries, France was persecuting its Protestant minority, the Huguenots. Many of these Huguenots were skilled merchants and financiers. Where did they flee? To the tolerant Protestant city of Geneva in Switzerland. They brought their wealth, their business networks, and their expertise. They began managing the fortunes of the French aristocracy who, despite the religious differences, trusted these discreet foreign bankers more than their own king. This was the very beginning of a culture of financial privacy and international money management. They established a system where a client's privacy was paramount, laying the foundational stone for what would become Switzerland's biggest asset. The next major piece of the puzzle is Switzerland's most famous policy, neutrality. While the rest of Europe was constantly embroiled in devastating wars, from Napoleon to the World Wars, Switzerland remained an island of stability. This wasn't just a political stance. It was a brilliant business strategy. When your neighbor's house is on fire, you look for a safe place to store your valuables. For wealthy individuals and businesses across a war-torn continent, Switzerland was that fireproof safe. Their money was secure from the chaos, confiscation, and currency devaluation that plagued warring nations. This neutrality made Switzerland the ultimate safe haven, not just for people, but for their capital. It built a reputation for stability and reliability that was, and still is, priceless. Now, let's talk about the law that truly cemented Switzerland's status as the world's bank. We're heading to the 1930s, a period of global economic depression and rising political tension in Europe. Neighboring Germany was seeing the rise of the Nazi Party, and they were actively trying to seize the assets of their Jewish citizens and political opponents, both at home and abroad. They even sent spies into Swiss banks to get client information. In response, the Swiss government took a monumental step. In 1934, they passed the Swiss Banking Act. This law made it a criminal offense for a bank to reveal a client's identity or information to anyone, including foreign governments, without their express permission, except in cases of proven criminal activity under Swiss law. This wasn't just about privacy anymore. It was about protection. The 1934 law was a direct response to the humanitarian crisis unfolding next door. It was designed to shield the assets of people fleeing persecution. If a Swiss banker revealed a client's details to the German authorities, they would face prison time in Switzerland. This created an unparalleled shield of confidentiality. The legendary numbered account became a symbol of this secrecy. While the bank still knew who the owner was, the account was managed using a code number, adding an extra layer of internal discretion. This legal ironclad guarantee of secrecy was the final ingredient that made Switzerland irresistible to anyone seeking financial discretion and security, for whatever reason. Of course, this legendary secrecy wasn't without its controversies. For decades, it attracted not just those fleeing persecution, but also tax evaders, dictators, and organized crime figures looking to hide their illicit fortunes. The image of the Swiss banker who asks no questions became a cliché in movies and novels. This put immense international pressure on Switzerland. Starting in the 1990s and accelerating after the 2008 financial crisis, countries like the United States cracked down hard on offshore tax evasion. They passed laws like FATCA, the Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, which essentially forced Swiss banks to choose between revealing information on American clients or being frozen out of the U.S. financial system. Faced with this immense pressure, Switzerland had to adapt. The era of absolute banking secrecy for foreign clients is largely over. In 2017, Switzerland officially began participating in the Automatic Exchange of Information, or AEOI. Today, they automatically share client data with the tax authorities of over 100 other countries. So, Does this mean the golden age of Swiss banking is finished? Not at all. It has simply evolved. They've shifted their business model from one based on secrecy to one based on expertise, stability, and service. So, if secrecy is no longer the main selling point, why is Switzerland still a global financial powerhouse? First, political and economic stability. The Swiss franc remains one of the world's most stable currencies. The country has a reliable legal system, a stable government, and hasn't been involved in a foreign conflict in over 200 years. In a world full of geopolitical uncertainty, that stability is more valuable than ever. Wealthy families and investors aren't just looking to hide their money anymore. They're looking to preserve it for generations in a predictable environment. Switzerland offers that in spades. Second is expertise. Swiss banks have centuries of experience in wealth management. They're not just offering a savings account. They provide highly sophisticated services in investment strategy, estate planning, and asset diversification. They have a global perspective and a deep talent pool of financial experts. Clients come to Switzerland not just for a safe place to park their cash, but for world-class advice on how to manage and grow it. They've successfully rebranded themselves from a vault into a premier wealth management hub. They are masters of preserving capital through turbulent times, a skill that is always in high demand. Finally, there's the element of quality and service, which is a hallmark of the Swiss brand in general. Whether it's watches, chocolate, or banking, Swiss Made implies precision, reliability, and excellence. Swiss private banks offer a level of bespoke high-touch service that is hard to find elsewhere. They build long-term relationships with clients, often spanning multiple generations of the same family. It's this combination of deep-rooted tradition, political stability, and a forward-looking focus on service and expertise that keeps Switzerland at the pinnacle of global finance. So, from protecting the fortunes of French aristocrats, to creating legal shields against totalitarian regimes, and finally evolving into a modern hub of financial expertise, Switzerland's journey to becoming the world's bank is a story of adaptation and resilience. They cleverly leveraged their unique historical circumstances, stability, and a commitment to privacy to build an unparalleled financial empire. While the legendary secrecy may have faded, the core principles of security, stability, and service continue to attract wealth from every corner of the globe. The vault has changed, but the appeal remains. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Swiss banking. What do you think is the most interesting part of this story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.